Yeah, hey, my name's Luke Falaccio. I'm a full-time professional stunt rider based in Melbourne, Australia. I ride all over the country at all types of events. I do the Formula Ones, MotoGP, World Superbikes, expos, air shows, street festivals, whatever I'm really hired for. They're all a lot of fun. Love my job. My first bike was a PW 50. Back in the day, I was like 3.5, I think. And yeah, that was just ride it in the paddock and just mess around. And a couple of years I got a PW 80, and in a couple of years I got a YZ 80. And after that, I had a few other dirt bikes. I didn't really get too serious with dirt bike riding. I did a couple of club races. Just kind of kept progressing from there after that. I was about 19 or 20 and I started road race, 250 Proddies. Then I got an R1 and that's when it got all serious. I was in like 03. I started practicing stunt riding properly. Maybe a few months after I started sort of practicing this stuff, I got approached by a guy. He asked me to come to Malaysia with 4 other Australian stunt riders. And he flew my bike over there, me over there, paid me, etc. And that was pretty much my first proper stunt gig. Pretty much from then on, I was like, right, this is what I'm going to do. Stunt riding in Australia, it's growing. It's like any sport. I mean, freestyle motocross 10 years ago was sort of limited with people doing it here in Australia, but with time, more people get into it, more people start practicing and the sport grows. I look at what I do more as an entertainment type thing. When Triumph got on board, it was like a dream come true. I approached Triumph and they originally said no. And then me being me, I was very persistent. I actually rang Steve Kyoto, I think it was almost every day for about 9 months until I finally got a proper meeting with him, and we sat in that meeting for about 3 hours and I convinced him why it would be a good idea to give me a motorbike. I had 3 months to prove myself. Now 2.5 years on, almost 3 years on, I'm still with them and they're supporting me more than ever. They really are a great company. Being a triple, they're really torquey, which is awesome for what I do. Really snappy, really responsive on the throttle, so they're great.
This is my 675 Street Triple R. I got this one and a grey one just like it. It's my technical bike, so it's my bike for tricky business. It's a bit smaller. This is the 1050 Speed Triple. Much heavier, bigger power, harder on the throttle. So big bore bike, pretty much just for skids and basic wheelies and stuff. I got standard gearing on it, so I haven't geared it up.
Most of the tricks are like wheelie combinations, burnout variations and things like that. We've got generally run bigger sprockets, and it's not so much that we need to run bigger sprockets, it's more easier on the bike, suits the type of tricks we're doing, slow speeds, keeps the idle up, doesn't bog down too much. They've got a cage around the motor, it's just based off the engine mounts. When you drop your bike, you don't crack your engine casings and things like that. Got a 12 bar, so you can go back and scrape the tail. Got a handbrake which controls the rear brake from the handlebars, so if you're standing on a seat doing a wheelie or your foot's away from the rear brake, you've got control. There's 2 levers on the left-hand side. Clutch we use with the index finger, handbrake we use with the middle finger, and we hold on with the other 2. A lot of the time using both at the same time to slip the clutch a little bit while catching the bike with the brake, etc. So that takes a little bit of getting used to. The way I ride my stunt bike is a lot more like a dirt bike. I like sliding it and so on, much like a dirt bike. I'm rather aggressive on it, like a dirt bike. Generally with road racing, you're not as aggressive. It's more about grip, whereas what I do is more about sort of slipping and sliding all over the place. I hope I've given you guys a bit of an insight into the world of street bike freestyle riding, stunt riding, and hope that I've perked enough interests out there to see a few more guys and girls get into the sport.